I got it.
What'd you get?
There it is.
I got her.
There it is.
Right on the podcast. Sorry, it was a live reaction. Like, I'm a collector like this. I got it.
You got to yell, let's go.
I have opened, let's go!
Let's go.
I have opened legitimately hundreds of dollars of Journey Together packs for this one card. And I have it now.
There it is.
And now we all have adult money. That's where they really capitalize with that 151 is.
Yeah.
The 10-year-olds now we like to wear 10, and now we have adult money. Because I have fucked off a lot of money with Pokemon cards, and I know you have, and you have.
The thing is that like when you're building a culture, you have to all think the same. And if you have people that don't think the same, even one person can literally fuck all that up.
You have to build a good culture.
Yeah.
You have to build a place where people want to go. Our turnover rate is like incredibly low. And that's because people genuinely love working together. I was talking to Elijah like while I was driving here, and I'm like, all right, you sent me like a list of 5 Pokemon or top 3 overrated, top whatever. And I played so much Pokemon in my life, hundreds of hours upon Pokemon. And you send me this list, and all of a sudden it's like, what are Pokemon? Like I can't think of a single one.
Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. You are now tuned in to the best roofing podcast in the world, the Roof Trollz.
All right, here we go. Roof Trollz, we're back. Our lovely host, Angelo, and our beautiful guest from Relianz. What is it, Relianz Restorations?
Relianz Restorations.
Relianz Restorations. And we're in Valpo?
We got an office in Valpo, and then we have one in Schaumburg.
Joshua Couwenhoven, one of my favorite people of all time.
Yeah, so quick intro on Josh. We all worked together for a while. He's a local resident, lives in Valparaiso also, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, man, if you want to give a quick intro to who you are and your company. And
Sure.
Yeah,
Josh, Angelo and Elijah here been begging me to come on here for since the inception of this, and they've been relentless. So I figured I would come on here and introduce our company. They said they got thousands of views, so we're gonna see how it goes.
Oh my, we do get thousands of views. Like, I mean, it depends on how long the episode's up there for, but we do.
Well, I'll say this: if this is the route we want to take with this, we can. I mean, we can make this a roast session. But
well, he downplayed how the invite worked, so we did beg him to be on here, and I have wanted him on here for a long time. But he told me that basically he big time me. He said when it gains traction, maybe when it becomes something, then the mayor gets on there. Then he goes. I see him at the park bringing our kids there because he's a good dad. So then we get to the park and he's like, maybe after the mayor, we'll see. So I just keep chipping away, and then one random night I'm like, hey man, can you just do the podcast on next Thursday? And then finally he was like, well, what are we going to talk about? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, well, I'm going to talk Pokemon. And I'm like, okay, we haven't even done it yet, so let's rip some Pokemon and let's get you on the show. So it only took me buying through a backyard alley deal this morning where I could have been shanked to get a Journey Together Pokemon.
Journey Together. You couldn't even spring for like 151 or
151. You tell me right now.
You could find.
You tell me right now where I can get a 151 ETB for under $200.
Oh, now we're setting prices.
Well, I'll say this: I've never opened one of these.
Why didn't you bring any original packs or fossil packs or anything?
I'm the guest, man. I'm the guest from Relianz Restorations.
And this is pretty cool. So we're gonna open these. We're gonna rip some packs. Bullshit about the industry a little bit. Our background, how we all know each other, and just have some fun with it.
You should be watching us on YouTube, but if you're listening to us, it's not going to be as enjoyable for you. We are opening the boxes.
So we grabbed we got 3 ETBs of Pokemon Journey Together. I've never actually opened one of these, so that's kind of cool.
Cool.
Have you?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's too rich for my blood.
Rich, these are easy to obtain. That's why he just roasted me for it.
He's at the corner market, man. So yeah, from Relianz though, little bit about our company. We've been in business 13 years now. We specialize in like Da Vinci roofing and TPO flat roofs. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how did you, so real quick. So
Sure.
For anyone that is listening or watching, so we all work together. So this is one of the many guys that has been with us where we say we all worked at this one company at one point. Everyone branches out and kind of starts doing their own thing. And this is one of the guys, Josh, who was kind of a part of that. And now is also running another successful roofing company. And again, it's comical when you go back to even MidAmerica, the last company that we were all the
Voldemort company.
Yeah, perfect. Voldemort's company. That every single person that was a part of those companies is at another company that's relatively successful. Like, no one's doing bad. Even the people you don't like it's yesterday we were just at Dahlia, Dante,
Good people.
Wade, who else is a part of it?
Tony.
And then Chad was doing the Chad Homburg. But like all those other people are running really successful companies. And we say it all the time, but it blows my mind that all these people are under one roof and what could have been. But again, I digress.
Yeah.
But yeah, so how did you get to Relianz exactly? Like, how did that happen?
I mean, it all started 7 years ago now. I was at store manager at GameStop. Thus the nerd enjoyment of life.
Which, by the way, you could start the rip up. We'll go around the table there.
And Blake Thorne, good old Blake, brought me over. Brought Sam Spear over to MidAmerica.
Yeah,
brought me into this. First met Ryan Ward. He was the one who hired me. Good times there. And then quick story, started my first shift with MidAmerica, and I was sent to ride around with Elijah. I get in his truck. There's a pistol on the passenger
Not
seat.
on my side.
No, on my side. You're like,
In my truck?
Yeah. You're like, just go ahead and move that. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Oh, I don't know
even
who's that.
you.
Yeah, I don't know whose that was. I don't even own one.
Well, I don't know if this is cool or not, but
Yeah, first time I'm hearing that.
Is that a good one?
I mean,
Cool.
it's a full art.
Nice.
But it was funny. I mean, that like stuck in my.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody in the car must have had that. I don't even have one
Yeah, Elijah's not a gun guy.
at all.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Yeah.
I
And then
love
we
it.
went knocking in South Haven.
Yeah.
And
That sounds like Elijah.
yeah, exactly. You dropped me off by that church, and you're like, go out and knock. I'm like, what do I say? And you're like, oh, whatever you want. That was the Elijah training.
Yeah, that was the extent of it, probably.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what was that, 2017?
No,
Yeah, right
2018.
around there, 2018.
Yeah.
I got in at 2018. So, and you came right
Yeah.
after me.
I didn't know any better. That's why we talk about that a lot on there too. Like they literally put me in sales, and they're like, you got to compete against everybody, and you got to outsell everybody, and this is how you make it. And then they made it worse because they were taking Jake and Brandon's checks that they left behind, and they were fucking giving them to me because of the rate that I was picking them up. So it just became, I didn't know what else to do. I wasn't going to help any of you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't help me. Like they're like, just go fend for yourself.
Yeah.
And then they knocked everybody's pay down. That was like a conversation that we've had on here too. I don't know if you remember our experience. That yeah,
every other.
yeah.
Mhm.
Before you came in there though, we had rocked 10% off the checks for like 2 years, and it was like, all right, man, this is like working out really well. That's why I started reaching out to people. Like I brought Pavey into this, I brought Craig into this, I brought Matt into this, I brought Angelo into this, and like, what I'm saying? Like we didn't get anything out of that. Like they just took advantage of all of us for years. Like it's.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
thing. With I was saying right before we started this, when when we all worked together, we'd go out and get lunch and all that. And one thing we always would talk about, shout out to your guys, Sam Spear and Mike Lease, but we would talk, and it's like greed is the number one killer for companies in this industry, and
Absolutely.
why it pushes so many people out of it. It's obnoxious. It's crazy to me that we see how much money these people are making now that we're all in these upper management,
Mhm.
like ownership positions, and it's like, how?
See how much everything costs.
How is this not enough for you? Or how wasn't it, especially years prior when it was less money,
Mm-hmm.
same profit? So that's the crazy part. The profit margins are relatively the same,
Same percentage. Yep.
and they were paying less. It's fucking mind boggling to me. And it was like none of that.
Because of the overhead, it makes you think about all the trips that you like sat there and watched them go on and all these other expenses and stuff. But we didn't know any better. As sales reps, you're sitting there watching them do this and you're like, oh, okay. I mean, it makes sense. Like they're making this money because we viewed them the same way that probably your people view you, and for sure the way they view me and Angelo. But like, when you're an owner, all of a sudden they think that you're just a millionaire, So like you think that those things are acceptable, but then when you become an owner, you realize that holy shit, these guys were doing things wrong. Like you're not supposed to do this.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to act like this. Like people are supposed to make more than you.
Yeah.
Your sales rep should make more than you do as an owner if they're successful, if they're doing things the right way. But man, so many people just aren't doing it the right way.
No. So those the MidAmerica got bought up. And I was there. and wasn't happy with the direction things were going there. So I went to another roofing company. Are we allowed to talk about said roofing company?
No, actually, you know what? You can, because they filed bankruptcy and they're not even around anymore. So Lux Exteriors out of Valpo. We could talk about them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not even in business anymore.
And that's a really good example of the money management side of things.
Yeah.
That you have to be in the books and you have to know what you're spending. You got to know what you're bringing in, and you've got to actually monitor it. And it's really not that hard. Like once you have a good system in place.
Agreed.
They were. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I would say that our relationship, mine and yours, probably improved by you going there, because I remember the passing by and I was like, "Hey man, don't do this," and you were like, "Hey man, don't do this," and I'm just like,
pointing at each other, Spider-Man,
Spider-Man, yeah,
as we leave companies and go to other companies.
Yeah. So both of us were like, at the end of it, I think we're both just like, all right, yeah, I probably just should not have gone there.
No, you were right.
You were right. So were you. So were you.
So they went out of business, and right about that time, it was. I mean, the timing was impeccable. Norbert, our owner, who the best boss I've ever had. I shout out to Norbert, love him. He's truly one of a kind guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he had reached out to Ryan Ward to open up an Indiana office, and Ryan wanted to put a team together. So I mean, that just happened to be the time Lux was going out of business. So this boat's floating by, and I jump on it as Ryan Ward's number 2. And so we open up an office in Valpo. It's 21, and just build it from the ground up, legitimately. We bought an empty warehouse and we built offices and from the ground up.
I love that, man.
So to what you're saying is you can see how to be successful, and as long as you're careful with it, it's fairly easy.
Yeah, it's really quick to touch on what you said. It's funny so I had just got to Romans. So again, we are all passing by, leaving Voldemort's company. I actually was fired from there. But as I got let go there, that's how the Romans our part of that starts, is because Jeff had reached out a month prior to that. I was still at Voldemort's. And I was like, yeah, man, no, I'm making good money. Got no reason to leave. I literally get a promotion the week before I get fired, which is hilarious to me that me and Elijah, they announced it to, again, you know how this place was. They announced it to the whole company. And, but anyway, fast forward a little bit. I just started there that January 1, but Ryan had reached out before you got there. And I was like, hey, man,
so Ryan chose you over me?
You were still working, I believe. I'm not sure where you were at. But Ryan had called me and was like, hey, would you want to
foolish man
start this with me? And I was like, hey, man, I'm actually here at Romans. I'm by myself still. But I was like, hey, I just told this guy I'm going to help him run his company. Yeah. And then I want to say it was a month later, you're there. And I'm like, oh, that's dope. Yeah, that's super cool. But it's crazy how this is such a small industry, is what I'm getting at. And everyone knows everyone. Anyone that's somewhat successful in this has the same contacts. And that's...
there could have been some moves that shifted this whole thing. Like we talk about it too. I sat with TRC over a management position in their Cherville office, which would have been, they wanted to dive into storm restoration. The numbers just didn't align at the time when we sat down. Shout out Justin Cooper, cool dude. But yeah, the numbers just didn't align for it the way they wanted to, our different philosophies in it. But if that would have happened, that would have been crazy. They'd have been 3 years deep into a storm now, and who knows how many people they would have had.
And they're already a pretty decent sized company, especially in that market. Yeah, they do. They service a lot of. They probably compete with your Illinois branch
a little bit.
They're originally from Dalton.
Gotcha.
But no, yeah, it's crazy just when you think of all that.
I got it.
What'd you get?
There it is.
I got her.
There it is.
Right on the podcast. Sorry, guys. I sorry to interrupt.
I got her. What we get?
Yeah, I am a collector, and this is the card.
That's the card, right?
Yeah,
that's the Chase card.
This is the card that I've been waiting for. This is the Chase card in Journey Together, and I got it, guys.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, this is it's a live reaction. Like, I'm a collector. Like, this, I got it. My daughter is going to be so excited. I can't believe it. Like,
Nice.
yeah. Dude, hell yeah. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Like, this is the kid in me, but
You got to yell, let's go.
I have opened, like, let's go.
Let's go.
I have opened legitimately hundreds of dollars of Journey Together packs for this one card. And I have it now.
There it is.
Yeah.
Nice,
About
man.
that.
Congrats. And that's what's fun about this. On a side note,
Yeah.
collecting Pokemon cards. I haven't opened any of this. I've done anything together. So I have the ETB, but I know he's been big on it.
It's just such a good card. Wow.
I'm still finishing 151, but I haven't been able to buy anything.
Can't find it. Yeah.
And so
Blooming Waters came out at like Costco, and then all I see on Facebook Marketplace is people with like hundreds of them being like, "Hey, I'm looking for sell this room for 180." I'm like,
I bought one for 120. I'm not gonna lie, but it's because I never opened one.
Yeah.
So like, I think the first ones will get me no matter what.
Sure.
Really funny story about that too is I ripped like 8 prismatic evolution boxes of Eevee that I was buying for $70 and $80, and these guys were all talking shit to me, like telling me that I was overpaying for them and stuff. And then now they're up to like 200 and something.
Yeah.
I would kill to have 70 for an ETB right now of Eevee.
No, for sure.
So open up Reliance. Ryan Ward no longer in the picture. So I am the GM there. And I've got a right-hand man and a left-hand man, Mike Lease, my right-hand guy. Like, couldn't do anything without him. I
love that.
He's an amazing admin. Admin.
He's an amazing person. It's not even about an admin. It's about him as a person. And then my left hand is Adam Shaheen, who, funny, Ryan brought him in to the first time I met Norbert. We had lunch at El Salto in Valpo, and he brought Adam in. It was me, Adam, Mike, Blake, Norbert, and one of our drivers, Mark. And Adam sits down with this big old book of business, like, an actual binder book, like the physical book of business, in 2021 when everything's digital. And he starts going over everything, and he's like, I'm the fucking best. I'm gonna outsell everybody. Fucking.
So if you feel like that conversation when we know that conversation really well. I could not call my client for 1 year, and then when I go back, they still love me and give me referrals. Yeah, I know the whole
But he's like,
deal.
I don't want to come to your meetings, so just stay out of my way and let me do my thing. And so like I met him. I'm like, this guy's a jag-off. This guy's an absolute asshole. You all know the type. So he didn't start then. He came in a year later. And here's the thing, like, I love him. He is our sales manager now. And he is, another amazing human. Like, he will take the shirt off his back for you. And that's not why I love him, obviously.
No, but we get it.
Yeah, and like he's amazing at what he does. He's an amazing dad. And I just again could not do this with him. So like the triangle of like Adam, me, and Mike, like it's a core. So like Angelo would always try to get me to come over here. I'm like, I am the happiest I've ever been with the group that I'm with.
And that's awesome.
And I think that also helped, obviously with making a successful company is, enjoying the people you're around.
Yeah. We have the relationships too. Like, we literally love all of the people that we work with.
Absolutely.
And that's why we unfortunately had to make some tough cuts as the years have gone on. And it's not because we don't people. I want people to understand that too. Like, we didn't let them go because we don't care about them. Like, I still have personal relationships with a lot of them. The thing is that like when you're building a culture, you have to all think the same. And if you have people that don't think the same, even one person can literally fuck all that up.
Oh, absolutely.
And I learned that the hard way. We let our top sales rep go last year, and I was bummed out about it. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, I don't know if this was a good move. Like, should we have done that? We let $1.3 million, $1.5 million like walk. He's gonna do it. Like, we just let it walk out the door. I'm like, that's a lot to replace, dude. Instantly,
Yeah.
It was like a light came on. The team united. Nobody was being defined anymore. People were doing what you were asking them to do because everybody was doing it. Like, it was dude, it was just amazing. So then we started cleaning up, and then as we were cleaning up the people that didn't really fit the culture anymore, it excelled. So even with less people, we were doing more. Now we just added more beautiful, like good, kind-hearted people, and like, fuck, dude, it's awesome.
The culture is, you have to build a good culture.
Yeah.
You have to build a place where people want to go. Our turnover rate is like incredibly low. And that's because people genuinely love working together. And I think a lot of that is because we don't try to be perfect. Like, I know people will hear that and be like, what do you mean you don't try to be perfect? Like, we don't try to be perfect. Because here's the thing. Nobody's perfect at anything. Like, you're never going to be perfect, and you're going to drive yourself into the ground trying to be perfect. So the best thing that you can do is just be unequivocally you and do the best that you can and go that route, because nobody's perfect. If we were perfect, do you think I would be sitting on a podcast with you guys right now? Or do you think I'd be on a yacht somewhere? I would, if there's a magic formula to make millions and millions and millions of dollars, like that would be.
Yeah, we would already done it.
Exactly. So I mean, it's just do your best, and like, yes, stuff is going to happen and stuff is going to come up and it's going to go wrong, but it's all about how you respond to those situations, and how you take care of your homeowners and your employees and your vendors, because all of those things are incredibly important.
No, I again, we talk about this constantly, and that's a big message that we try to push our team. Relationships are so much, and you hear it, growing up. And again, we're kind of talking about all these, I don't know if the right words are, like higher level stuff, where you see all these Instagram and YouTube and TikTok like gurus and motivational speakers. But then when you start living it, you're like, they were telling the truth, or there's something to this. Like, you have to be genuine. You have to give back to get. You have to, like when you said, be unequivocally you. Yeah, you can't fake it. Like people are going to read through that, and building relationships is just important. Like I won't say I'm as good as Elijah is about not burning bridges. And it's not that I care to,
well, one would argue that
to brand
that's unequivocally him. Like,
correct. Yeah.
That's Elijah.
Well, for me, if there's a falling out, there's a falling out. I don't hate you. I'm not going to not talk to you, but at least from a business standpoint, like my friends, like there's certain people get, and of course I see you, we see each other twice a year on average. You come to my 4th of July party, I like to think now. Yeah. And then I'll come to your anniversary / Halloween party.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, hey, I know we're going to see each other then. Our wives get along. We did actually go to a concert together, which was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, right down the street from here.
No, we did. I'm talking about the one in Chicago,
Gotcha.
which was a lot of fun. And it's just hard. And I think that, I know we're kind of tangent off with like family and stuff, but it's, you have to realize people are busy. People have lives. Our age group, everyone has kids. Like we're all right now in the thick of life, and that's what other people that maybe aren't in these roles.
You guys got no chases?
Not
I got
not a single one.
Not one.
Not a single full art.
I got 2
Thanks for having me.
and a swin nub. That's all I got.
Dude.
Not a 9-packs. Yeah,
thanks, bud.
Well, I only got one chase. I was surprised, dude. No full arts or anything. I got this last pack magic.
Just bring me up the show and pull that card in front of me.
But you brought up a second ago while he opens his last pack is, we you're like, Andrew kept trying to get me to come here, but it's because of who you are. And that's genuinely why Elijah and I, when people were like, who are you how are we going to try to grow this and that? When it was just me at Romans and, we needed a sales team, that was the biggest thing we were missing, is I didn't have the help for that. And who do I know? Everybody I know is already doing it. Yeah. And being such a small, like we were super small then, like I don't have the money to pay people like how it is now, salaries. Yeah. Everyone has vehicles. Like there's so much incentive for the good companies. I can't compete with that. Sure. So again, I get super fortunate with Elijah and the team that comes over and we help build, grow this out to where we are now. But when we were building out, and I love Kevin. Shout out to Kevin Hudson. He's our sales manager. He's a fucking. It's funny because you just talked so highly of Adam. Like that's
basically who Kevin is. Yeah.
Kevin is phenomenal, and just again a good person. Like he's a genuine good guy. Yeah, and he does so much for everyone. And he's starting at this point and starting to, I think, burn his candle at 2 ends, and I'm trying to help alleviate that. Yeah. And it's because we're getting busier, and he's also the kind of guy, if he says he'll do it, he's just going to do it. Sure. Even if he's here till 11 o'clock, he'll just figure it out. But to that point was like, hey, we were like, and again, not that you would have been the sales manager, but we really were like, what role could he fill? The guys he's associated with, because Sam Spear, Mike Lease, we have relationships with them. You just don't find too many people that are in your space that have we all might have different avenues to get to that location, but we all have the same goal. Yeah. And it's not to be a piece of shit. It's to give back, treat your employees right. I stole this from a company we worked at, and I say it all the time, but our foundation is our employees and our customers. And I feel like your guys' company, knowing you guys are about that. Elijah and myself are both about that. Like we fuck up. Yeah. We get bad reviews. People get pissed. And what we try to always remind ourselves and everyone else is go look at all the reviews or look at how many builds we've done. Like you do 450 jobs, let's say this year, 3 people bitched.
Yeah.
And everyone gets so entangled. And I'm like, dude, there was fucking 447 other jobs that fucking were phenomenal. But everyone looks at
the negative.
They look at the loss, right? You're only as good as your last win, or even your.
Well, that's why you got to brand yourselves really well, though. Too. That's part of it too.
Yes,
Well, it's not. You guys so funny. we talked about this. Like this podcast is gonna be cool, man, because it's gonna unite people. It's gonna bring like look what it's doing right now. Like we're supposed to be competitors, and you're on the podcast. Like it's gonna share a spotlight with other people doing amazing things that don't necessarily get that attention. Like that was the focal point of this. But also it was to be fun. Like I wanted a podcast, and like we can afford it. Like let's do a podcast. So we're doing it now. But the branding, I'm like all the videos online and shit. Like we got a bunch of shit in the beginning for them. Now people look forward to it. Like people enjoy that. I run our Facebook page. So like I'm constantly like just fun doing as much as I can on there. Yeah. You guys were getting involved, then you stopped for a little bit. You need to get back on there. It's really fun, dude. People like humor and they like to connect. And this, in my opinion, people are looking for genuine now. Like everybody, all our prices are the same. The only thing that's going to separate us is the customer experience and the convenience for the customer. That's it. So like that's the only focal point we have now at Romans. Like we're not gonna. I'm not going to be the cheapest. I refuse to race to the bottom. Like that's just not going to happen.
Sure.
Yeah, none of us. I think we all share that philosophy. But how do you justify being one of the more expensive companies?
Yeah,
through the experience, through the way you treat people, to the way you treat the community, to the way you treat your employees. Like you have to be, has to be real. And when we learned, what was that in RoofCon when they were like, what's the difference between branding and
branding and marketing.
Marketing is what you tell people you are, and branding is what they think about you. So if this is a perception basis, and you got to serve the community, like you can't just shout out, by the way, End Zone in Hobart right now, letting us use their bar.
Doug Granger's going to be on, so we do 3 podcasts and we film this. Again, we have a business to run, right? But he's going to come on and talk about it. And that's what another thing that's been so cool is where like our focal point is, like this collaboration is, we are from Northwest Indiana. All 3 of us live in Northwest Indiana. Our businesses are in Northwest Indiana. Well, when I spoke to Doug, it was, hey man, because he was kind of like, that's really cool you do that, but like, what do I get out? You could just tell that was what he was getting at. And I was like, well, dude, you own 2 bars, one that's really successful, Granger's, and now he bought out End Zone, which is crazy, but this is such a popular bar still in Northwest Indiana. If you're 21, you come here. Like these are the spots you go to. It's crazy, but they still get packed on Friday and Saturday nights like this. And I won't say it's competitor down the road, but they just do. They just anyways, but we were talking about that, and I said, what's cool is if you share it, how many people might need a roof that you're collaborating with us, and then vice versa. We have people in our market that probably don't know about Granger's. They might know End Zone, but they're not going to know Granger. So he's like, no, that's actually really fucking cool. And I'm like, so that's like our thing. Like, and you guys talked about being competitors. There's fucking thousands and thousands. And then,
that was a joke of it. There's no competitorship. Also, we have a really good idea that we've been working on. I've been waiting to get you on here so we could talk about it. So,
oh boy.
Well, no, I think you'll enjoy this. I
already know what he's going to tell you.
So good. we want to do something that's never been done before.
Roofing calendar?
That would be amazing. The whole Northwest Indiana region, like all of us took 1 month and we just went out and like got the best artwork possible. That would be cool.
You couldn't do December though because your package is too small. So you.
But
it was a dick joke. Okay, I get it.
They can't all be bangers, all right? I'm sorry. They can't all be bangers.
That's true. So anyway, I was thinking of, you've seen Anchorman 2? Okay, so there's a fight scene at the end of Anchorman 2. And what I was thinking was, it's over the turf of Northwest Indiana, but each one of us rolls up. We don't talk to each other about how we're going to roll up. That's how you do your own thing.
Gotcha.
But you roll up in a wrapped vehicle and your squad jumps out the back of it and you guys got weapons and you're ready to throw down for Northwest Indiana. But it's not just me and you. It's me, you. I don't want to throw their names out on the podcast.
We want to ask other companies.
Other ones, like well-known companies, and see if they'll all come on there and bring their own marketing teams and everybody can shoot different angles and collab together and then get a awesome ad to run out. And then you let Northwest Indiana know that we're unified here. We're going to do things the right way. We're all collaboratively coming together and like, hey man, this is what we do. But like, we want you to be a part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We think it's something to do either spring or fall. Yeah, obviously we have to plan it. Like, hey, it's going to be a long day.
We need 8 companies. We have 4. You be the 5th one.
Okay.
So we need 3 more.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys would be, hey, this is the day, this is the time. But literally, like, we want to try to get as many surprises as we can. Like, have your marketing team come, and this is where you're going to come in from. Like, let's say we do it at a party, right? So that way we can be just as shocked, or even get the candid laughs of what you guys dress up as and all that.
Yeah.
Because the people that we think we're going to associate with this is, we know there's going to be some really funny content that can come out.
Okay.
But,
Yeah. Some of these companies have money too. Like they could come in on horses. They could be coming in on anything like funny. But but I want you to brand yourselves. That's the whole point of it. Like to have a wrap truck, I think would be the best. But
no, for sure.
But let's go down some real fast. We have 7 minutes with him real quick.
Well, I wanted to make sure you had anything to talk about. I know what you want to talk about. But just because you have to wrap up soon.
Sure. No, I guess the one is that I wanted to get Relianz out there. Relianz. It's spelled with a Z because Norbert is Polish. And they like Z's in their name. So that's how we got Relianz. And then I think the one thing that I wanted to kind of draw out of both you guys and a lot of companies that are local is I want to, in the future here, get people to stop saying storm chasers.
Oh yeah,
we hate it. We hate it.
I've lived in Northwest Indiana all my life, and like even recently, someone popped up on our Facebook. Oh, the storm chasers are coming out. And it's like that's not true in any capacity. Like, yeah, people need help. They genuinely need help.
Yeah.
And they get screwed over by their insurance companies, like left and right. Like insurance companies, like gonna not say what I want to say, just for simple, legal purposes, but like insurance sucks.
Yeah, no, they're pieces of shit.
Well, we do a bad job, but so I tell people all the time, like it's our fault that these things happen. It really is. By stepping on each other's throats out in the field, by trying to cut each other off and steal contracts, do all that shit. It helps us to form the narrative that they're correct about us, that we're used car salesmen that will take advantage of people. But if you want that to stop, like I do too, we have to work together. Like all of us do.
How many times have I called you guys? I'd be like, hey, I just talked to this homeowner.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
We gave you a shout out on people. People were like, well, I was like, I wouldn't, if someone comes on there, I just tell them, hey, in my personal opinion, you need to use somebody local, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll be like, well, like who? And then I'll tell them, hey, I'm the owner of Roman's. Course, I'm going to be partial to use us.
Yeah.
If you don't, though, use Relianz, use TRC, use Ianberg. Like there are good companies out there that are local. There are bad ones. I won't mention them.
Yeah, we're
but there
not
are good ones.
Like I know the owners of one of the Ianbergs, and I might be saying they're on Ianberg, but I know they do good work, right? Same with you guys. Like I said, RL, like I was affiliated with them a little bit. Kevin's from there.
Sure.
But they did good work. Like I know the father, now his son runs it and owns it. But yeah, so we have like our group again. If you haven't tell these are some of the companies we would invite to that collab thing we want to do. But yeah, no, we're 100% with you on that. And that's what, again, if you watch any of our marketing stuff or see any of our branded content or listen to any of the podcasts, like we talk about this, we talk about you guys. And I know you might not have listened to all of it, but there's the same companies we just named here are the same companies we talk about. And you hit it right on the head, man. That's what we want to do too. But we could do there could be events that we could do together.
Sure.
There's videos that we could make together explaining, hey guys, we've heard the term storm chaser, and just like you, we want to help prevent that. These are the things to watch out for.
I just got a great idea.
These are the things that, whatever. Yeah. So hold that.
I'm not going to talk about it.
But like getting together and working together on some of those things, will make us more efficient. It'll make the message more clear that we're all uniting, at least on that front. Like, yeah, we could still competitively have fun competing against each other. Like, it could still be very fun.
But you don't have to talk shit.
Yeah, dude.
That's all.
And not only not talk shit, but we can still help shape the image. Like, even if we're competitors, like you said, we have one common enemy. It's the same people over and over and over. And if homeowners or policyholders really understood how much they're being fucked, there's no other sugarcoating to it. Like our job wouldn't exist if the insurance paid out directly.
That's true.
Like we literally would not be around. There would be no storm chasing if your insurance company paid for the damage that took place in your house, but they're not. They're cutting corners. They're saving thousands of dollars here and there, and it's stepping on you guys. And then keep in mind that these are companies profiting billions, not millions, billions.
Well, it's not even just that. It's just a different form of income or a stream of income for like said company, for ours or yours.
Yeah.
And what people I think don't realize is almost every other company out here will take on an insurance claim.
Yeah.
Whether they use a public adjuster or not, they still will represent a homeowner through it or send in an invoice, or they're still doing something, even if they say they're solely retail. you're fabricating the truth, or you're not giving the full details of what you do. And it's fine if that's how you want to market yourself again, but it's just not the reality. And again, our company does retail, you guys do retail, and it's the retail side of it that when we all talk about not chasing to the bottom.
Yeah.
Obviously we don't want to monopolize it. That's what other companies have tried to do. And, do all these go public and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying I'm for that, but I do think there needs to be some like standard. And like, you, again, now that we're in these management and owners, you can see now why, when you heard about stories, these guys were together. Yeah. They're trying to set some type of precedent so they not just fuck themselves. Not saying you're trying to fuck over homeowners or anyone that you're actually going to be receiving money from, but you have to have a standard.
Yeah.
That's really, I think, where that stuff gets lost. And until you live it, it's hard to really talk about it and justify it. But that's what I mean when we talk about this. Like, hey, the insurance is going to pay us the same amount it's going to pay you.
Yep.
It's more than always the craftsmanship there. Was your rep good?
Yeah.
And that's every company.
Yeah.
And some of the simple things like the stupidity, we can't fix that. We had a homeowner that was in Michigan City that called us storm chasers, and I explained the definition of a storm chaser to her. And this is in Michigan City, where we did $12.5 million of insurance restoration. And I was like, well, how do you define that then? Like, how I just explained to you that I'm a local company. She goes, you're not local. She literally meant that my travel from Hobart to Michigan City made me not. How?
Yeah.
People in Northwest Indiana, you guys need to understand, if it's an hour or less, that's local. If I can get from Dyer to LaPorte and back, you know what I'm saying? Like that's an hour drive there. I would still consider that local. If you want to be like greedy about it, you could cut it off in like Michigan City or Portage. But like still, that's local, guys. Like we're here. We can get anywhere almost in a half hour. Like we're here. This is a local company. There's no storm chasers.
Yeah.
Storm chasers are Illinois companies that come and plant their feet here. And that's where a lot of the confusion comes in too, is that like we have, like you have an Illinois office, an Indiana office. We have an Illinois office, an Indiana office. And all the, the competitors, just so you know, like some of these local companies, I don't want to mention by name.
Sure.
They go on your Facebook and they screenshot it and they tell homeowners, oh yeah, their main office is in Illinois, but their side office, their little satellite one that they want, that they
define main office.
That's what they say.
That's what, but I mean, like, my
that's my.
What does that mean?
That's what I tell homeowners is like, so am I not supposed to help people in Illinois? If I'm out here helping you, do storms not hit that area too? Am I not allowed to go out there and help them as well? Like that just doesn't make sense.
Is it like the main office is where I open my email, or where like it doesn't change it?
Well, if you want to get really petty, I would ask some of those companies. So like, I live in Lake of the Four Seasons. You know how many companies that don't operate out of Crown Point, but their owners live there?
Yeah.
Quite a few, actually. Again, I live there and I operate out of Hobart. That's our main office where most of our people work.
Well, you have to come on here again, just so you know, because we eclipsed the 11 o'clock mark and you have to go to your adjustment.
I legit was like, we're not talking about work.
That's all
we did.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about. I brought up cool questions about Pokemon.
All right, I'll ask you a question. So
shoot.
Come on, rapid fire.
All right. Well, I don't know if we could do the top 5 Pokemon list because you said you can't even name 5.
Here's the thing. Squirtle, number 1.
Duh.
I love me some.
Not even on my top 5.
No. You're a bitch.
Shoot.
I love Dratini. I think Charizard is overrated. You said you loved Gengar. I know he's on your list.
He's number 1.
The Gengar full art, I think it's from Spectral Forces card, is my dream
no,
card.
Stop. Hang on. This is the picture I took. That's my favorite one. Which one is yours?
Are the people at home? Can they see that? You showing me?
That's my favorite.
What's your favorite? That one?
No.
Or the one with his mouth's open?
It's the one where his mouth's open.
Yeah, this is my favorite.
That's also like a $20,000 card now.
Oh, you're talking about
$700,000.
That's my second favorite.
Yeah, that's
that's a great Gengar card. That's my second favorite one. That Josh has brought up. But yeah, that's
all right.
That's
So we got Squirtle, Dratini, Gengar.
Do I have to have 5?
You don't have to.
No, mine are Gengar, Charizard, Dragonite, Mew, and Snorlax.
Snorlax, yeah.
Snorlax.
Love Snorlax.
It's funny. Like I was talking to Elijah, like while I was driving here, and I'm like, all right, you sent me like a list of 5 Pokemon or top 3 overrated, top whatever, and I played so much Pokemon in my life, hundreds of hours upon Pokemon, and you send me this list, and all of a sudden it's like, what are Pokemon? Like I can't think of a single one. Like me and Sam Spear, when we were at GameStop, we would go to Tilted Kilt with our store manager, who is Michelle. She's a woman, and we would be at Tilted Kilt and we'd be playing Pokemon on our Game Boy. is, scantily dressed women walk around, and she's like, "Are you guys serious?" And we're like, "Yeah,
We like the food.
this is fun." We would go to the bar Zodiac in Crown Point, and we would play Pokemon there. But you asked me to name 5 Pokemon, and for the fucking life of me, my brain just melted.
Well, I just love that you picked, and all of us, I think, would pick one. It's the initial 151.
Yeah.
And my quick, which is my most underrated, Poliwrath, Scyther.
That's good.
I am an Eevee fan. Squirtle's on my
I said
list.
Ninetales, Meowth, and Alakazam.
Alakazam is on my list. Gengar. There's a few again.
Sure.
For underrated, I mean, no one talks about Scyther. Hitmonlee.
You guys are gonna hate my overrated then, because I got
Charizard's on my
Jigglypuff, Pikachu, and Squirtle.
Oh, Jigglypuff's whatever.
Yeah,
I just hate
is-
Jigglypuff. I'm sick of seeing him.
A
lot of fan art, like full arts, are Jigglypuff. It's annoying.
But what's kind of cool about Pokemon is it's so universal and it's still so beloved. I was at the Cubs game yesterday, and I was kind of being a little bit nosy, and in front of me I saw somebody opening packs on the Pocket Game. I don't know if you guys,
nice.
I don't know if you guys do that and I see he's got like a bunch of when he opens his packs, and it'll say like if it's a new card to him or not, and I see like all of them have new over him. I'm like, oh, he must just be starting out. And then as I look further on it, no, this motherfucker just pulled a God pack in front of me at the Cubs game. So like I lean over, I'm like, I'm not trying to be nosy. Did you just pull a God pack? He's like, I did.
That's amazing, man.
And then the woman behind us started talking about Pokemon. So like, I mean, it's
It is
fun.
no, and what's so cool about it is because again, we all grew up on it because we're all relatively the same age when it came out. We were in like 5th grade.
I didn't play.
I know
when was
you
younger.
didn't.
Yeah, I didn't.
But now that, again, where I think the 151 really had this big resurgence, and again, like you said, Pokemon's been around. It's not going anywhere. But XY came out a few years back, and I think it kind of tilted it up a little bit for, I would say, at least in America, like where it hit different cultures. But then this 151 came out, and I think where all of us adults with our kids are now 10, we're adults, we can relate to it. Because there's over 1,000 Pokemon. For people that don't know, there's like 1,008.
I was going to say like Trubbish. Like I like when they get just like real stupid, like
It'll be all
bag of garbage.
It's all Japanese to me. I don't understand any of it. Like any of the names or any of them. I only know like the main ones.
With the main ones.
Hard, I get it.
And now we all have now we all have adult money. That's where they really capitalize with that 151 is.
Yeah.
The 10-year-olds now like we like to wear 10, and now we have adult money. Because I have fucked off a lot of money with Pokemon cards. And I know you have, and you have. And our wives know because, again, I've been to your house.
Do they?
No, not to the extent. But he has, I don't know if you've been to his house, but you have your card collection out. So I've seen some of his slabs and stuff. And so I'm like, oh, that's amazing. So see, Lauren, it's not just me. And Ashley's like, oh, he does this stupid shit too. And she's like, yeah. And then we're both like, yeah.
There's just cards all over the house. And Ashley's like, there's so many fucking cards everywhere. Like, what are we doing here?
No, man.
So funny.
All right, but I do got to go work. I got to go meet an insurance company to represent a homeowner.
I love that.
Good.
So you guys have fun at the bar.
All right. Where's it at?
Cedar Lake.
What's the address?
I mean, I know you typically don't like to drive out of Hobart, so like I get.
Are we working together? Well,
No, dude,
not that I don't like to drive out of there. It's just that, when I only get 6 gallons to the mile, so like I
oh god. No, hey Josh, honestly, we appreciate you coming on here with us. Love you, buddy. I hope we can get together soon. Now that it's summertime, it kind of sucks.
Probably not.
Because
4th of July is coming. You'll see me then.
Yeah,
probably not.
Well, it's true. We don't get to do anything, but maybe we can all put a Cubs game together or something. I think
gotta entice. He's not a Cubs fan. He's a Cubs fan, but he sells all of his tickets. He's not.
Yeah, because I'm busy working.
I know.
Unlike some other people.
Fuck off, Josh. Hey,
Not being efficient with your time.
Shout out to Relianz. Shout out to Joshua Couwenhoven and his team. Thank you for coming on, man. Yeah, Elijah.
See you on the next one.